The Secret, the movie about the law of attraction, and what they didn't tell you. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and when you learn these manifestation techniques that weren't told in The Secret, it will allow you to attract all that you want. This is it. Let's do it. Alright, so disclaimer first that I love the movie The Secret. A lot of people criticize it, and the reason they criticize it, I understand. The reason is that they had to commercialize the production of the movie to make it mass consumable to get the techniques and ideas about the law of attraction out into the world. Now, the problem with that is that a lot of people watch it and they get motivated and inspired for a few hours, and then that motivation and inspiration goes down the drain. And then they're like, this stuff doesn't work. It does work. It's just that that's a very, very, very shallow understanding of the law of attraction. And so what I want to do is I want to share with you a few actual techniques, because what happens is the movie can be so inspiring and it can paint such a big picture for your life that you can get all charged up and you don't understand the techniques behind manifesting and attracting what you want into your life. So The Secret, let's do it. Number one, act as if through work. You have to act as if through work. You know, having almost 250,000 YouTube subscribers and getting a couple million views a month on a law of attraction channel means that I get tens of thousands of comments every month and emails every month. That trickles down to my Instagram on messages and stuff like that. And the common thread is people are saying, I'm acting as if, but nothing's happening. But there's a catchphrase there. It's act as if through work. And I'll give you an example. I watched The Secret movie right when it came out. And that was right when I decided that I was going to leave school, drop out of college, backpack around the world vagabond style, and then eventually become an author about my travels and my journey. I watched that. But I didn't just watch it and imagine my book finished and sit there. I actually wrote a book. And guess what? I failed junior English class in high school. I finished an independent study. I didn't know how to be a writer. I had all these limiting beliefs the whole time. Every word I typed, stupid, you're dumb, you can't do this, right? All of that stuff was in my head. But I acted as if through work. Act as if means that you embody the type of person that you would need to be to have what you want. And you do that through work, through showing up on it. Today, my channel is getting a few million views a month, and we're gonna do 7 figures income through our business, and I will inspire tens of millions of people this year. And I'm so grateful for that, and I feel super blessed for understanding the law of attraction. But I got to this place because I did it through work. For 3 years, I made no money at all, and my life partner was $3,000 in debt on groceries because I couldn't pay for anything because I wasn't making any money. In fact, I was only not making much money. Any money I did have, I spent it all, so I was in the negative because I was trying to get this off the ground. And so I got denied by every single publisher. I wrote my book. You know how many people want to use the law of attraction to do what I do, and they want to be an author, or they have some other idea that's totally different, but all they do is think about it? You've got to sit down and you've got to write. My neck hurt. For like 9 months, my neck hurt. I didn't know how to be a writer, so I wasn't very efficient at it. So it hurt. My neck hurt. My fingers hurt from writing all the time, you know? The book turned out to be like 60,000 words, but the original draft was like 200,000. That hurt my body to do that, but I had to sit down and I had to sit in the cockpit and I had to make it happen. And then after I made it happen, every publisher said no. You see, The problem with most people is they don't get any no's when they use the law of attraction. Why? Because they don't actually put themselves out into the world. You've got to put yourself out there. You've got to put your idea, your gift. You've got to ask for the raise. You've got to go ask people out when they surface and you see someone attractive in the coffee shop or at your work. When you have an idea, you got to share it. When you have a business idea, you've got to go work on it. You've got to show up for it. And most people watch the movie The Secret and then they sit there. And they say, well, nothing's working. Yeah, that's because you're just sitting there. And sometimes, I believe me, amazing things happen sometimes when I don't do any work at all. It happens a lot, actually. But for me to get my career off the ground, it involved acting as if through work. So I wrote this book, everyone said no, and so what the result was that people were convincing me to go back to college and then get a degree in writing, and then in 5 years I could be a writer. And I said, no, I'm gonna do it now. So what I did is I had my last couple $1,000s and I self-published my book. No one was gonna publish it, so I self-published it. And then I filled my car, I had a 4-door sedan, I filled my car up with books, and I went from San Diego to Portland twice, back and forth twice, 18 hours, twice, and it took me about a year going back and forth. And I stopped everywhere in between, coffee shops, open mics where musicians, were singing their little songs, and I was like, yo, I got this motivational speech, I gotta tell you about it, man. And no one would listen to me. My friends and I went door to door. We'd knock on strangers' door. Hello? Hi, my name is Jake Ducey. I wrote this self-published inspirational book. I traveled around the world, and they're like, what? Like, religion or nonprofit are you with? I'm like, I'm with none! Door slams in my face and we go to the next house. And we'd sell one book over like 6 hours of work. We'd make $10 and split it between the two of us. I'd go to farmers markets. I'd set myself up next to the kale sellers. Dude next to me selling kale and I'm selling books. I'd drink so much caffeine, so I'd talk to every single person. I had to do it or else I would have sat there defeated because it was so hard. And I'd stop every single person along the way, whatever I had to do, even if I could only sell the book for $1. I knew my books cost me approximately 50 cents. So I'd sell you a book for $1 if I had to. I would try to sell it for the face value of $14.95 that was printed on the back of the book, but I sold it to you for $1. I didn't care. I needed to sell the book. And I showed up like that. And then when I was up in Oregon, I went to the University of Oregon, the actual University of Oregon, and I rented a table from the student center for $25, just a little fold-out table. And during the school day, from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m., I put my table in the center of campus. And I tried to stop students on their way to class to sell them my book. I probably sold like, 5, maybe 8. And I'd sell them for anything, $4, $3, $10, $15, $20, whatever somebody had, I'd sell it to them. And I'd stop the kids on their way to class and try to convince them to listen to me. You know how demoralizing that is? I did so many free talks. I did so many free talks that I wondered if I'd ever get paid to speak. Guess what? 18 months later, I got paid $7,500. Plus, travel from San Diego to the East Coast, total of $10,000 for a 20-minute speech. I was on the verge of being in debt, but I showed up. I invested so much energy into my dream, and I didn't allow the physical circumstances of the world outside of me to define my mental state. So eventually I created what I want. You have to show up. Make a list of 5 things you can do every single day to move closer to your dreams. Show up. The universe won't level up unless you show up. And that's what the law of attraction in The Secret movie often misses. Number 2, subconscious reprogramming. The Secret talks so much about like your thoughts become things, right? But what it doesn't talk about is actual psychological proof, real scientific studies on the way that the mind and human behavior works. And it's such that 95% of your life is subconscious, it's unconscious, it's a habitual pattern that plays itself out in reality. Now, this is so important for you to grasp because it's easy to think that if you just think about something, it will show up. You have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is your ability to think anything that you want to think. It's you saying, I want a new car, I want a new house, I want a new job, I want a new romance, I want to be healthier. That's your conscious mind. It's only responsible for 5% of your life. Have you ever before wanted something, said you were going to do something, made a New Year's resolution, but then your unconscious mind and your habitual behaviors took over and did the exact opposite, and you're like, why the heck am I doing this? It's because it's subconscious. So what The Secret doesn't tell you is that there's an actual art and science of reprogramming your subconscious mind. I didn't know that when I first watched the movie. It wasn't until I understood the way that human psychology works that I understood the subconscious mind. And then what I did is I created a success hypnosis. I started to train my subconscious mind for success and abundance, and my life changed. That's when my YouTube channel went from 5,000 subscribers to 230,000 subscribers. That's when my book started getting picked up by public school districts across Los Angeles to actually buy tens of thousands of my books at a time and make them actual curriculum in school districts. That's when my actual momentum built. And the exact recording I used is right here. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's right there down below. It's totally free. Download it down below and use that. And what The Secret doesn't talk about, and I understand it's because they're trying to put together a message in a film that can be mass broadcasted. And so it's really important that you grasp this. You have to program your subconscious mind. I always say brainwash yourself before the world brainwashes you, because the world's always going to brainwash you. In fact, psychologists say 70-75% of all of our thoughts, feelings, and actions are negative and not in alignment with our conscious desires. So download my free success hypnosis, jakeshypnosis.com, and listen to it every day to train your subconscious mind for success and abundance. Have an absolutely beautiful day. Check out the movie The Secret and keep these two principles in mind while you listen to it. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification right over there. Subscribe. Bell notification is what notifies you for new videos, so make sure that you hit that right over there. Like this video. Hit the like button to support this channel. That's what sends it out into the YouTube universe. Hashtag Law of Attraction works down below. Hashtag Law of Attraction works down below. Comment where in the world you're coming from right now. I just visited my dad in San Diego, California, so let me know where in the world you are coming from. Have an absolutely beautiful day. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.